Hi everyone. So we are starting now. I'm sorry for the delay. There was some issue in the software, and that is where we couldn't continue at the time that we had set. That is around 8 p.m. So now we will start now. Please message me if you face any challenge or if there is any noise. I hope everything is fine now. Hi Shivani. Okay, great. So we'll start the session now. And okay, great. Hi Rohan, Bindu. Cool. So finally, all right. So there is some lag in the system. So lag in the sense that when I'm speaking, this video will be encoded and then it will go to you. So do expect certain delay uh, in responses, right? Um, yes. Ritika, please respond to chats also because I may not see the chats when we actually start the session, Google Drive session. All right, so finally, we will start now. Okay, so let me start with, we are going to do this Google Drive. Okay, so I will share my screen now. Drive session. Okay, good evening, Harry. Good evening. Uh, all right. So all of you can see my screen, right? So is my screen is visible to all of you? Okay, great. Okay, Upinder is saying come to the main point. All right, so this is the main point is that we are going to learn a Google Drive on how we can use this. All right, great. So this is the agenda today. Basics of Google Drive. We will understand the interface, how the interface works, and I will also be doing certain stuff. So along with me, I would request you to also perform all the activities. All right. So this Google Doc sheet and slides we will do for beginners, and then we will also be doing Google Marketplace overview on how you can add additional features to your Google Drive. All right. So this is Google Drive interface. Let me show it to you here. All right. So I will use doc sheet and so open drive.google.com. All right. And you will see this is the interface of Google Drive. All right. So I have created a new email ID just for the purpose of this training and using this. So once you will start to access Google Drive, you have to type drive.google.com. Okay. And you will reach to something like this. If you are not logged in on your system, so you will use your Gmail account to log in to your system. And once you do that, you will find this all the documents which are there. In case if you do not have uh, any document or any slides, then it will be empty with a few documents, standard document that comes along with uh, the the system by default. Hi, Anuradha ma'am. Good evening. Yes, so we will now start doing it on how we are going to use this. So let us see the first thing that we have to do. So once you log in with your Gmail account, this is the interface that will look like, and then this is the left menu bar. So you will see on left hand side my drive shared with me, a recent, starred, trash, backup and storage. So my drive is something, this is like your home. Everything will be stored here. Whatever you create, so for example, if I create any document, it will be stored in my drive. All right. This is shared with me. If somebody is sharing some document with you, then it will look something like this. Okay. Um, right. So for example, I've shared this document with my another ID. So this is looking like this. And this is the recent one. So any document that you've worked on recently will be visible here once you click on recent document. So it can be easily accessible once you start working on this. Suppose you have worked in the morning on some document and want to revisit once again, so you can click here and check that. This is start. We will say this is again for quick reference. So if you are working on any document, you can mark it as start. So for example, suppose you have to quickly visit this document, right? So you can click on right hand side and mark it as start, right? So you can click here and then visit this. This is for quick access once again. Trash, if you delete anything, it does not go away, it will be stored in the trash. Okay. So this is the main menu of Google Drive. Um, Now sessions activities that we are going to do. So let me create a Google a folder on the Google Drive and see how does that work. So if we have to create a folder here, so this is, suppose I'm creating a folder. You will see a new button here. So click on new, open a folder, and you can name it as suppose test folder, right? And you will see this folder as test folder here. This is quick access. So anything that you have worked on recently will be visible here. And this is test folder. So the folder that we had created, suppose we have to create another folder test one. So it will be something like this, right? Uh, then you can click on the folder and then you can create any document here. So suppose I have to upload any other file from my desktop on this folder. So I can click on file upload and then upload something here. All right. Yes, so this is how you can upload here. And then finally, if you want to share it with anyone, so it'll be quite easy sharing. So suppose I have to share with somebody, right? you can add a note and you can share the same with uh, whomsoever you want to share this. All right. Then coming to the next activity, which is creating a new doc in the new folder. So the point here is that if you open any folder and create a new document, so it will be stored in that document itself, in that folder itself. So suppose I am creating this one and naming it something again. Test any document. So let me keep this its name as test document, right? So you will see that it is there in the test one folder. So whenever if you have opened any folder here and then you create any document, then that document will be stored in the folder that you've opened. All right. Then uploading a sample file, I just uploaded a sample file to tell you on how you can upload the folder. And then sharing a file or folder. We just shared something. So if you have to share something, the best part of Google Drive is that suppose when we are writing in MS Word or any other document, if someone has to make any edits, they have to download it and then they have to make edits. In Google Doc, you can simply share the document and they can quickly make the changes, revisions, or suggestions without actually downloading it and or multiple versions of it. If you are a writer or a digital marketer and working for your client, so there is a possibility that you will be working on multiple versions of your various maybe content or SEO articles, etc. So in that case, it's quite useful to write in the Google Doc and then share it with the client. Whomsoever you want to share, simply enter their email ID and then you can um, add a note, the things that you want to share. Say, you could also get a shareable link. We will just talk about it. So clicking on this will will give you a link which you can share. So anyone with the link can view. So if you give this link to anybody, right, this will be um, visible even if they don't have a Google account, right? So this is the benefit of Google Drive and Google Docs. Then when to use what? So I have seen a lot of people using Google Doc for writing or adding tables, etc., or maybe writing Google Sheet for writing detailed information. So you should identify, although ये हम we cannot guarantee कि or we cannot say in a definite sense कि कब क्या use करना चाहिए, but as a general guideline you should use Google Doc to write detailed content. When you have to write maybe an article, a detailed information, maybe a paragraph or something, Google Sheet should be used to store the data in the tabular form, right? When any analysis is required or when you need to input data or anything in the table format where you need automatic analysis, we include that Google Sheet, right? Then just for a moment. All right. So Google Slides, we use it for the presentation purposes, and Google Forms we use to collect data and responses from other users, right? We'll just see how does that work. Now, basics of Google Doc, we will see some certain basic concept of Google Docs, and you will see that these basic concepts are used in almost every other so in all the products of Google, like Google Doc, Google Presentation, and Google Sheet. So writing using Google Doc. So suppose I have created this Google Doc to just write something. Okay. Working on templates. So when you are creating a Google document, so for example, if you have to write your resume, So you don't need to start from the scratch. You can simply go click on new, see this Google Doc, and you will find this arrow here, right? From there, you can have a template, and you will see a lot of templates, useful templates that you can use for various purposes. I think internet is a bit slow, so it's taking some time. All right. So see, there are a lot of templates here. So resume, okay, project proposal, brochure, report. All right. You have letters, business letters, informal letters, and similarly a lot of other uh, newsletters format that you can use. So for example, if you want to create a brochure, simply click here, and you will get a standard brochure. You can change this content, the document of the content of the document, right? And then make it your own with your own design, right? Or everything that you can see here can be changed easily. All right. This is especially helpful for writing resume or any standard document, which is like brochure, templates, pamphlets, etc. Right? Then arranging on content. So whenever you are writing a content, so for example, I will use another document. So suppose I have written this document. The best way to write in Google Doc, especially, and this is especially useful for the writers, is uh, you use the headers. So for example, if suppose this is main headline, so use it. So for example, sample Google Doc, I have kept it as title, right? Then this becomes heading 1. Okay. Similarly, if this is coming, this is another heading 1, Indian advantage. Look at the outline, how this is working, right? Then market overview, again maybe heading 1, or maybe this is, if this is heading 1, then this could be like heading 2. So arrange your content as per various headings. This is simply, it will create an overview, and it will also help you in creating a good table of content. So for example, heading 2, this becomes heading 3, heading 2, sorry. And then since these small parts are coming under heading 2, so we can keep it as heading 3, right? So you will see that how the content is being organized. I will quickly just try to put some of them here. Similarly, now this becomes heading 2 once again. And this one, you can put it as heading 3. I'm just doing some of them as an example. You can do more. So it's basically organizing your content in the heading and subheading format. Okay. Now in that case, what happens is you can see this how the outlines looks like. You can click on anything and you can quickly reach there, right? Also, you can add table of content in the beginning of the document. So for instance, I will make it normal text and I will insert table of contents, right? So see, this table of content is being created. This is the entire text is coming because I have not, so this, for example, digitization entirely, it is coming as heading 3. So we can make this heading normal text, this also as a normal text, right? This can also be taken this as a normal text, and you can simply click here and refresh the system and you will see. So the point here is that if you organize your content in various headings and subheadings, then you will see that you can organize your content in a much better way. You can also create a table of content automatically. And if you add more pages or more content, the table of content will be automatically it will be updated. All right. So yes, so this is organizing your content. Similarly, you can use yes, a lot of people also. So I have taken main key features that some of you have asked in the class on how to do various things. So inserting hyperlinks. So for example, if you want to insert a particular hyperlink, so suppose if I have to give this one. So for instance, if I have to use this one, I have to give a hyperlink here. So I will select this and then give a link, right? And then if someone clicks here, then it will go to the website, right? So you can pick up any text and you can give the links here. So for example, if I have to give hyperlinks to this text, simply select this, choose this insert link, or simply click on the right mouse button, and you will say this link, and then paste the link that you want to give, any link, right? This is how we give hyperlinks or backlinks in content. Then coming to arranging the content in title, header, and normal text, we just saw that. Then working on different modes. If you have to give feedback to someone, it's always better to change the mode from this one. Look at this one, from editing to suggesting, right? So in this particular case, once you click on this suggesting, then you will see that it's, so for instance, this one, I have to make certain changes here. Suppose I have to delete this sentence. Okay, so it will automatically, you will see that this is coming as a comment. This happens when you make this as a suggestion, when you make this as suggesting. All right. Similarly, when you click on editing, then this will not be applicable. So whenever you have to give feedback, you just make it this the mode of the document as suggesting. So it will be visible to the person whosoever is has written the content or whosoever is giving the feedback, right? Then working on different undo changes, any changes. If you have made some changes and if you simply want to undo that, you can go click here on edit and then this, or you can also use Control plus Z, or you can make these undo. So all the changes that you have done, it will be reversed. All right. Then inserting table of content, we just saw that. Then copying content from another document or for clear formatting. So for example, suppose this is the document that I have and I have to copy content from another document. Now what a lot of people do is, suppose I'm copying content from here and so this particular document has a very bad formatting, right? So if I click here and copy this, right, and then finally go on to paste it here as it is, maybe Control V or just right click and then paste, then or just Control V, see how this is coming. Okay, so what you need to do is that if you do not want this formatting to be copied, then you can simply click here and then click on this paste without formatting. In certain cases when you have to do not have to use keyboard shortcuts, जब आप वो use नहीं कर रहे हैं and you have to use this right click, then in certain cases it might say to install an extension. So you can quickly install an extension so that a browser can also work. So I will just add this extension here. You cannot, okay, so I'm working on guest window, so I cannot uh, add this extension here. But what you can do is simply in your document, it will be working perfectly. Control here, right click and then paste without formatting, or control, or in case of Mac it is command, control shift and V. In that case, see, this is being, content is being copied and pasted without taking the feedback from the previous one. So I have seen a lot of people editing their content uh, in Hemingway app and a lot of other apps, and then when they finally copy and paste in their Word document, they also paste the formats, right? So you can remove formatting in this way. Simply click on right hand side click and then paste without formatting. The formatting will not come. Okay. All right. Um, then the next part is word count. So a lot of you think, I mean, many people I've seen, they use a Google document, they use MS Word simply because Google Doc does, they think that Google Doc does not have a way to count number of words, that how many words you have written. In fact, it is quite simple in Google Doc to count number of words. So simply click on tools and you will see word count, right? Or control shift and C. You will see how many words have been written. The number of pages, words, and characters including spaces, everything is given, right? You can also choose this option. So you can click on display word count while typing. So it will, on, you will see that on left hand bottom, this 1836 words, or whatever you choose, maybe characters or pages, it will be automatically shown here. So if you have to, so this is quite helpful for especially digital marketers when they are working, they are writing SEO titles, meta descriptions, when they have a character limit. In that case, you can simply choose this option, click on tools, then word count, and then check this button of display word count while typing. It will come on the left hand corner. Okay. Then comparing documents. Many times I have seen that, yes, Minus, right. So many times, suppose I am sending a document to you and then you are copying and pasting it on another document. Or suppose I have this document and I want to compare this with another document, right? And I want to see what is the difference between the two. Okay, it happens a lot when you are writing for clients, and suppose they have made certain comments, and then you finally ended up resolving that comment without actually working on that. So for example, this is how this works. So suppose I have, in suggesting mode, somebody has given a suggestion that delete this, okay, and then you resolve this comment. Now the client or anyone, the person who has given the comment will not understand कि कहाँ पे resolve हुआ है कहाँ पे नहीं हुआ है, because, and especially if the document is 5,000 words, then it's very difficult. In that case, you can use this tool, compare documents, right? And आप एक document choose कर लीजिए जिसको आपको compare करना है. You can simply copy this, I mean make a copy, another version of this, and suppose I have to compare this one. Okay. Financial services too. So include comments from the selected document and then click on compare. In that case, all the changes that has been made, जैसे कि पहले इस केस में table of content नहीं था, now the table of content is here. So any changes that you have made will come and it will be visible here as a part of the comment. So in case if somebody has just resolved the comments and you do not know how to check it, you can simply do this by comparing the two documents. In case if you have not saved the document, राइट। कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हम डॉक्यूमेंट सेव नहीं करते हैं, कि आज से हमें पता नहीं है कि 3 दिन पहले जो हमने लिखा था उसमें और आज में क्या फ़र्क है. So in that case, you can simply go here, click on all changes saved in the drive, and then you can find out various version of this document. So the last edit, which was made at 6:21 p.m., you can click here and then restore this version. And then, so for example, I have to restore this version. So simply I click here and then I can restore this version. Okay. And then I can make a copy of this one. Make a copy. 3. I will revert back to इस document को जो अभी currently मेरा है, the this one. Okay. And then I will restore this version. And then I can compare the two to find out कि कहाँ पे कौन से changes हुए हैं. I hope all of you are getting this, because this is slightly maybe technical, and if you will be doing along with me, then it will be easy for you, else it might be sort of challenging. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, and then comparing documents, and then there are certain add-ons. So, and this is add-ons are especially helpful for people who have. So, if you click on add-ons, you will see, you will go to a library of things, and there you will find a lot of stuff there. So, for example, and this is especially for people who work in academic papers a lot, you can click on easy bibliography creator, and जो भी आप manually करते हो to create this APA referencing, Harvard referencing, etc., will automatically, this will be quite helpful in automating that process, right? So it helps you. You can simply go click on there and then click on install, right? Once you will do that, you will see that it will ask for permission. Allow that, and then you can easily use this to write citations, in-text citations, and bibliography, which will automate the entire process. Okay. All right. Okay, now from here you can go creator, and you can find this help section if you need more help in this particular case. All right. Okay, so finally, if you want to download the Google Doc in different formats, so for example, if you want to download it on Google Doc, so for example, Word document. All right, great. Yeah, it's great. So please keep messaging me so that I can find out that you are getting it. Yes. All right. So now coming to the next point, which is downloading the Google Doc in a different format. So if you want to download it in different format, so click on this file and then download. Click on download. Download as whichever document format do you want. So maybe Microsoft Word, open document format, rich text, PDF format. So you can find even EPUB application, you will have different formats that you can use. Okay. To download this document. So suppose I have to download it in Word document, I will click on MS Word and then it will automatically download in the Word document. Similarly, in fact, this is one of the best ways when you are doing in Google Doc. You can also click on File and then you can send this as attachment. So clicking on file, then email as attachment. So it will automatically create an attachment as a PDF file or the any file that you want to choose, maybe PDF, Word, etc. And then you can type in the uh, email ID where you want to send and simply click on send and it will go there. You can send this document as an attachment. Okay. Version history. So we just saw that if you have made certain changes and if you want to go back या फिर कई बार लिखते हुए कई बार डिलीट हो जाता है डॉक्यूमेंट आपको ठीक से क्लैरिटी नहीं होती कि वेयर or you have deleted some certain things by mistake. So you can anytime you can go here, all changes saved in Drive. You can click here, and you can find various version of the document here. जिस पे भी आप क्लिक करेंगे जिसमें एरो लगा हुआ है इसका मतलब कि एक से ज़्यादा इसमें वर्जन है. यू कैन गो एंड चेक ऑल द वर्जन एंड देन click on restore to restore that particular version. Okay, there is another way of doing the same. You can also, so for instance, click on file and check version history, and you can see the current version history from here. Again, the same thing, right? Then publishing to the web. Why this publishing is required? So publishing is required. Hi Gaurav, it's great to see you here, though you're quite late. Yeah. Okay. So publishing to the web. If we want to publish this to the web, why do we publish in the first place? Because suppose I have to give this link to anyone. There are several reasons to it. So suppose कीजिए कि you have a portfolio, आपको एक portfolio बनाना है where you have list of or link of all the articles that you have done. So what you can do is that you can have a list of all the URLs or maybe all the documents that you have worked so far as a portfolio, right, in a tabular format in Google Doc, and then simply click on file and publish to the web, right? And then link. This will give you a link, and clicking on publish to the web, you will get a link. And this link you can give to any one of your clients, and they can and you can upload. You can continuously keep updating this portfolio. जब भी आप कुछ नया लिखते हैं, you can simply put the link there and it would automatically go to your clients. जब भी आप किसी को portfolio भेजना होगा तो you don't have to give attachment every time. Rather, you can simply categorize and put there in the document, and then finally वो link आप किसी को भी भेज सकते हैं. You simply have to keep updating your portfolio. So this is very helpful in having a good portfolio. All right. Then coming to various access levels on Google Docs. So there are different access level the way you want to give. So there are 5 people who are working in the team, and if you want to give a kind of access to them, how you can do that? So simply click on share, and then you will see get shareable links. So click here, and there are multiple options. So for example, if you click on this arrow, you will see different options. So off only specific people can access. It means that जिसको आपने access दिया है, जिसका email ID enter किया है, सिर्फ वही कर सकता है. Anyone with the link can edit. It means that whoever has the link will be able to make changes in that. So this is not suggested until you are sending it to someone who is well known. Then anyone with the link can comment. This is the most preferred way of sending any work to the client. So click here, and then you will get this link. Copy this link, and you can give it to any client. So whenever they will have to, if they will have to make any changes or any suggestions, they can simply comment there, and you will receive their comments. Okay. And this is anyone with the link can view. Means if you select this one, So जिसको भी आप link देंगे, they can only view the document. They cannot make any comments or changes or any other stuff there, right? Similarly, if you want to have give access only to very few, just one or two people, so click on off. Off means it will be access to only a few people जिनको access है, and then click their email ID. So for example, if I have to give access to info@ect.co.in, so I will edit their name and then put it a note, right? Remember one thing, that if someone has shared a document with you, until you write the content and then share it back with them, they will not get to know that you have made certain changes. So you must, whenever you make any changes in the content, or whenever your content is ready, you click on share button and then do share that with the people, right? You can also use this feature, chat feature, if there are multiple people who are working. So this is commenting option, right? Yes. So this is all about Google Doc. If you have any questions, please write on the comment, and then I will try to answer them. Or quickly, we will move to the next section. The published doc is a protected file. No, Supneet. If you have to publish something, then it will not be a protected document, because then it will be visible automatically to anyone who has the link. If you want to make it protected, then you have to use uh, click on share, and then access, you have to give access to only to limited people. जिसको भी आपको limit करना है, you should give only to them, not to anyone, right? Because once you publish the doc on the web, it will be publicly available. Anyone who has a link can access, can easily access that, right? Any other questions here? Okay, so now we will move to the next topic, which is Google Sheets. And I have covered in this session, I have covered only the basics of Google Sheets also, because Google Sheet, just like MS Excel, is quite advanced. And we cannot cover that into one class, and we should not cover that, because there are a lot of features out there. And if you study everything at once, it might get confusing. So I have just covered just one part of it, the basic part of it. Okay. All right. So, okay, great. So let us move to the next part. Google Sheet. So again, Google Sheet again has why resolution is low. I think there is certain issue with the streaming software, or maybe I am not aware of that. So that is why the resolution is low. But let us fix this, and then we will meet in the class and discuss why it is low and how it can be fixed in the next live streaming session. Yes. Okay. Um, then working on this Google Sheet, quickly, let us see how do we work on Google Sheet. So again, we will start with template. So we will click on new. Let me close all other tabs. Okay. So if I have to start a new Excel file, so click on this new and then Google Sheet. If you have to open a blank sheet, then click here and open a blank sheet. Else, there is another option if you want to, again, there are a lot of good templates are there. So if you click on this arrow and check on this from a template, then you will find a lot of templates there. So for example, I have to use 2020 calendar. So I can use this one. Similarly, you will see to-do list, annual budget, monthly budget in a very good standard formats. There are others also. There are other templates as well. So if I click here, this one, and then from a template, you will find a lot of good templates out there. So you can use this calendar to make your events, or you can simply, so for example, I can go here and then put a comment there with a particular task or something, right? Similarly, to-do list. So here is the to-do list. Scheduled travel planner. You will see a lot of other stuffs in template. I would request you to explore them and see how you can take these templates to your advantage. Okay. Now let us see a few interesting features of Google Sheet. So adding new sheets. So in when we create a new spreadsheet, you have an option to create new spreadsheet. So for example, this is sheet 1. You can add sheet 2. When is it required? So for instance, if you are doing a monthly budget planning, so you can have this for the month of Jan. This sheet 2 could be for the month of Feb, and similarly you can add another sheet for the month of March, and so on and so forth. You can keep on adding more sheets for more structured data. Always remember that you should use Google Sheet when you have to use structured data tabular form to do certain analysis. All right. Uh, okay. Then next part in this is freezing rows and columns. So I have seen if you have a lot of data. So for example, I'm just putting certain numbers here, right? And what happens is that, so this one, suppose again, I will take this and copy here. And once we scroll down, you will see that this is not, the first row is not visible, right? Which makes it difficult for you to analyze कि आप कौन सा row देख रहे हो and कौन सा column देख रहे हो, especially if your sheet has a lot of data. So suppose this is A, this is B, and this is C. I want to freeze this one so that this remains stable. What we can do is click here on 32, और यहाँ पे जब आप क्लिक करोगे तो उसके ऊपर जितने भी कॉलम्स हैं, then click on this view and then freeze first row. One row will be freezed. Now अब अगर आप scroll down करेंगे तो you can see A, B and C. Similarly, if you want to freeze this the first column, then put your cursor here on this part and then click on view, freeze, and then one column, right? So similarly, you can now have phrase first row or the first column. It helps especially if your data goes beyond this sheet and you have a lot of data, then it makes analysis quite easier. Okay. Then working on Excel without grid lines. So suppose many a times, now if I have to unfreeze this, simply I will go click on view and then no rows and no columns, then nothing is freezed. Now suppose if you want to work on Excel file, you want to create a template, जैसे इस तरीके से हुआ है, वैसे you can have your own templates also. तो उसके लिए सबसे पहले इसको हमें एक फॉर्मेट देना होता है, plain format. So we can click on format, sorry, view, and then grid lines. ये अगर हम इसको unselect करते हैं तो see entire Excel becomes white, so the grids will not be shown. There we can put logos, new designs, etc. So suppose अगर मुझे I have to make column for this, I can create something like this one, right? And then I can write anything out here. So for example, ऐसे मैं कुछ भी लिख सकता हूँ. So this is how you create templates in Excel. So you hide the grades. You can hide it by clicking on view and then ये पहले से ये select अगर करेंगे तो you will see the grades. And if you click on this grade line, deselect करेंगे तो फिर grades नहीं दिखेंगे. Then showing formulas. So for example, if in certain cases when we do analysis, so let me see the grid lines. Now suppose I have taken this formula sum of A, B, C, right? And then I can simply इसको मैं नीचे तक I will drag it to here. And आप देखेंगे कि this formula is applicable to all the rows. So once you applied your formula here, and it automatically is calculating for all the rows, right? This is the benefit of Excel कि आप एक जगह आपको बार बार calculate नहीं करना होता है. Now in that case, अगर हम किसी को भेजते हैं ये document और ये sheet, so they may not be able to get कि कहाँ पे formula लगा हुआ है. So what we can do is we can click here on view, and then we can show the formula bar. Sorry. Click on this view and then click on show formula. And now see, the formula is also shown. So when you show the formula to somebody, they know कि इस column में it is not the unique number, but it is the formula. Okay. And if you want to see the numbers and not the formula, so simply you can remove this. I mean, you can deselect show formula and then you will see only the values. All right. Then working with numbers and decimal points in Google Sheets. So a lot of times I will not take much time here because suppose I have to write 10.324556 और आपको डेट लिखना होता है कई बार November 26, 2021, right? And you are not sure ये formatting ठीक से अगर proper नहीं लेता है, so you can simply go click here and see this format. Number के बहुत सारे, there are different ways, so you can choose this format, maybe percentage format, scientific way, accounting, financial. You can also select the currency. If you want to show $1000 or INR 1000, you can do that. Date का अलग से ये सारे formats, and you will find a lot of more currencies and date and time formats. You can choose some of them. Almost there are, almost all the currencies are there in Google Sheet, so you can use INR or any other currency. All right. Then text wrapping and rotation. Well, this is not a very useful technique, but then sometimes we do tend to use that. So for instance, suppose I have to write something. This is a test spreadsheet. For example, I have written this thing. Okay. Now this is crossing this grid. So simply I can put it into one grid here by clicking on format, and then see the text wrapping करने से overflow हो रहा है फिलहाल. ये दूसरे row में भी जा रहा है, दूसरे column में भी जा रहा है. But if I put this in format and then wrap, it will remain into one grid. Okay. Similarly, इसको अगर हम क्लिप करते हैं, so it will look like something like this. कि मतलब overflow भी नहीं होगा, but क्लिप हो जाएगा, ये आगे दिखेगा नहीं. Right? Then can we show formula only for few cells? Yes, you can. So for example, let us see this one, and you put it here and then click on this view and show formula. It is showing for everything. So either for all or for none. View, not. Now if I click here and then click on right hand cell, then yes, you have to say formula, see formula for all the grades, not just for some of them. Yeah. All right. Now suppose if I have to make certain stylish templates on Excel. So for example, यहाँ पे जैसे ये बना हुआ है 2020 इस तरीके से लिखा हुआ है. So how you can rotate this? So this rotation is done by this one. So for example, if I have written something here, education, and yes, this is very similar to Excel, except that you can, in fact, this is much more powerful than Excel, and you can also multiple people work on this. I will just show you a few features which is not there in Excel. So for example, education career times, if I want to shift this, so simply I rotate this. So I will click here and then click on text rotation. It is primarily done to create templates like this, to have this rotation. Okay. Then coming quickly to, so for instance, this is like this one. Okay. Then coming to the next part, text wrapping, conditional formatting. Again, conditional formatting is quite simple. If you can simply click here and select this one, right click and then conditional formatting, click here. You can choose. I mean, sometimes if suppose we have to make an attendance sheet and want to see who has come, और जो absent है वो automatically red में हो जाए. So यहाँ पे you can choose कि formulas हैं, अगर इसमें कहीं पे भी suppose if they are not empty and or if their value is equal to text is exactly 3 for instance, I want them to be red. So I can easily identify जो भी 3 हैं they will be in the red column. So जब भी आप 3 लिख रहे हैं, जैसे यहाँ पे मैं 3 लिख रहा हूँ, खैर हमने इसी को सेलेक्ट किया था, अगर इसको मैं चेंज करके 3 कर दूँ, it will also become red. So this is done to, again, for easy analysis, and this is called conditional formatting, and to maintain a record of things or to highlight. So for example, if you want to maintain of the people who have paid the fees, who have not paid the fees, so you can maintain this. And or maybe suppose someone has submitted the assignment by a particular deadline or not, so choose the deadline, and the moment the date crosses the deadline, it will automatically turn into red. All right. Then alternating colors. This is something which is again just for the template purposes. This is used alternating colors, so I can use this, right, and format alternating colors. So there are multiple options that you can use for your cells. It's more for designing. Okay. Split text to columns. Okay. So this is slightly interesting. So for instance, suppose I am going here and I have some names. So for example, first name, middle name, or first name and last name, right? But in your Excel file, you simply have in one column. So for example, Sumit Singh, for instance, I'm just taking this. I want that. So also this is like Amit Jan, right? So these two, we will take these two. And we want that the first name and last name अलग column में होना चाहिए. So simply select this first name and click on this format, right? Sorry, this data, and then split text to columns. यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे now it is asking कि किस basis पे आपको split करना है. So then take this space. Now say this is first name and last name is coming on two different files. This is very helpful when you are sending emails or when you are segregating a few data, like एक ही cell में कुछ comma दे दे के कुछ दिया हुआ है. So you can use this feature to segregate all the data into various, you can split the data into various columns. So it makes your life easier while doing analysis. Basic formula to subtraction, addition, subtraction. I hope you know that. It works very similar to Excel. Removing duplicates, if there are certain numbers that you want to remove. So for instance, if you want to remove duplicates from here, so click on data. I mean, you can select the entire cell, right? Then click on data and then click on remove duplicates. So ये सारे rows में देखेगा और जहाँ पे भी duplicate होगा it will try to remove that. So this creates unique list of data. Okay, I know this exercise is not as usual, as engaging as possible. This is simply because this is the nature of the topic is such that a lot of engagement is not possible. But I still hope that it is being useful. In case if you have any questions, please ask me. We are going to finish this in 5 to 10 minutes max. Nothing. We don't have much to cover now. Okay. Then working with Google Slides, again the same thing, going from here, clicking on slides. Again, you can choose from templates, and there are a lot of good templates that you can use to create good presentations on Google Slide. It's very similar to PowerPoint presentation, except that inserting audio, video, animations, and is quite simple in Google Slides, right? Also, I have seen, suppose I have to take print out of this document, so I don't need to take print out of every slide. I can simply click here and so click on view and then make it grid view, right? And then I can take this entire all 8-10 slides in just one or 2 pages. So whenever you are printing a Google slide, you can first use the grid view and then you can print that. It will save papers. Also, inserting slide numbers is quite simple in Google Slides. So click on insert and click on slide numbers. It will automatically have this slide numbers on Google Doc. Right. Rest is quite similar to Google Doc. You can use various tools. So again, same thing, importing slides, downloading email as attachment, etc., etc. Edit view, very similar to Google Doc, except that it is used for presentations. All right. Google Form. Quickly, a Google Form, again, same thing. Google Form we use to accept responses from the people. And the best part is, as if you are a teacher and if you can use Google Form as part of your you can create quizzes from there. So click on plus new and then go on more and then use this Google Forms, right? From there, either you can use a template or simply create a Google. So for example, I will use a template from here. And then event registrations, party invite, contact information, t-shirt sign up. I mean, there are a lot of event feedback. You can use these templates to time of request, job applications, event tickets, assessments, course evaluation. Well, you can also create good quizzes. The best part of Google Form is that you can use quizzes. So suppose I am starting with blank template, okay, and I have to create a quiz that somebody, you can create a quiz that somebody is answering a questions correctly or incorrectly. It will be displayed, right? So you can do this from here. So for example, I will name this is the test form, and on the settings I can make it as a quiz. So make this as a quiz. तो quiz में ये हुआ कि there are certain questions that is saying immediately after each submission the grades will be released, or you can release the grade later on. Respondents can see missed questions, correct questions, point values. तो इसमें फिर ये होता है कि जब भी आप कोई क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं तो उसमें आपको नंबर देना होता है कि कितने नंबर का क्वेश्चन है ये, राइट? सिमिलरली यहाँ पे B हो गया, then C हो गया, D हो गया, right? And you can choose an answer key. Which one is the answer key? So for example, answer key is C. और इसको आप पॉइंट्स दे सकते हैं, कितने पॉइंट का होगा, तो ये फॉर एग्जांपल 5 पॉइंट्स का हो गया. you can take this. Now this, अगर कोई C अगर ऑप्शन चूज करता है तो उसको 5 नंबर मिलेंगे, अगर कोई और ऑप्शन चूज करता है तो उसको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. And you can make it required from here, right? And once you do this, you can click on simply, okay, this is test form. Once you have created a list of questions, and you can simply, suppose you have a passing marks of 30, then you can click on send, use this link, and use a short version of the link, and then you can share this uh, link with anyone, with your students, with your participants, training participants, anybody who can participate in this and have their. So, and they can, so for example, this is suppose test B. I submit it. So view score 0 out of 5. अगर वही पे मैंने यहाँ पे अच्छा मैंने कर दिया, okay. So suppose if I have to give this test once again. So I will click on C, submit, and then I can view my score. Then this becomes 5 out of 5. So we can use this method to create quizzes and publish it on the website without having any coding knowledge, right? Yes, so all right, so this is all from my end. I am here to answer any questions that you may have. Yes, please tell me if you have any questions, and then I will try to answer here. You can also comment there. Or all right, thanks, ma'am. Thank you, Anuradha, ma'am. Quizzes are quite helpful. Okay, great. Um, all right. So I'm just waiting as there is some delay in streaming. Okay, any questions? Any other questions that should we cover right now? Can we insert a logo as we can do with? Yes, of course we can. So let me tell you how we can insert a logo. So if we create a form, so for example, if we have done this code, done this, you can customize a theme from here, right? So click on customize a theme and then choose an image, right? From there you can either have this image or you can upload your own photos. So for instance, this one, you have to take care of course, you have to take care of this. So for instance, okay, this is not there. So I hope in this it should be there. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Gaurav. Thanks, Anuradha ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so see now this is the resolution. इसमें आपको थोड़ा सा ये ध्यान रखना होगा that आपको जो standard format है, because this is taking as a header, right? And then this you can use as your theme. Yeah, see. So you can put it your logo here in this rectangular format. And then you can also choose your theme color. See, logo upload karte hi isne automatically. The best part of Google is that, okay, please share the screen. Okay, just a second. Okay, so I will do this once again, just for your help. So, so for instance, yes, sir, Hari sir, I will just come back to you once I had to show on how we can use this logo. So, if I have to use the logo here in Google Forms, so simply click here on customize theme, and then you will see choose image. And then once you do that, you can upload your photos. And so I have chosen this one. And then either you can just right? I mean, in my case, since this is, I have to use a rectangular logo, so I can use this one, right? Or either this one or just this one. Since I prefer this one, I like this arrow very much, so I can do this. And yes, so this is how the image has been uploaded. In different formats, you can use the image, but this is how you can do. You can also change the background color, and you can also change the basic layout and themes, etc. Right? Right? Yes, Subneet. Yeah. Then next question from. Okay, yes, Ritika, I have now done the screen sharing. Hari sir is saying for mail attachment, can I use the normal mail or do I have to configure Outlook or etc.? No, no, it's completely normal email. So the email that you have used to log in your Google Drive account, it will be sent from that email ID. So it's a perfectly normal email. The best part of Google is that you don't have to configure anything. It's everything is quite clear. So I have created a new email ID to do this, and the moment I use the attachment, it will simply, if I am using, for example, this as an attachment, it will simply send from that email ID with which I have logged in my Google Drive account. Then, okay, Mohammed Moneem, yes, great to see you also here after a long time. And Dr. VK Srivastava, yes, sir. What is a one slider presentation in Google Sheet? A one slider presentation? I did not understand your question. Can you please repeat it once again? Because presentation, when we talk about it, it's mainly come on this Google Slides, and it was about when I said it is basically the grid view. So if I am understanding your questions correctly, so click on view and then click on grid view. It will come on just one page or maybe a few pages. So this is particularly helpful when you are creating a printout or when you are just looking at all the slides at once to see how it is organized. Right now the screen is shared. Yes. Yeah. Any other question? Okay. So we will now end the session here. Okay. Are there any professional ethics we should follow when using Google Drive Doc with clients? Supneet, the professional ethics in terms of you should send a document which is so either only viewable or comments. Editable नहीं होना चाहिए. If you will make it editable, there is a possibility that if multiple people from client's team is looking at the document, they may make certain things that make certain changes which you will find it difficult to change. Plus, in when you are working with the clients, you have to understand one thing, that sometimes clients send you comments in the Google Doc. So, for instance, if there is for instance, this one. Suppose as a client, I have. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. Ritika, my screen is visible, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so suppose as a client, if I am saying that delete this one, and I have given in the suggesting mode, right? This one, I am saying delete this one. Now, what you did was that you accepted my suggestion. Now, the moment you accept my suggestion, so the best practice is that you delete this and then say that yes, accepted or deleted, right? In this particular case, even this is quite easy. For example, I said this is grammatically incorrect. Suppose I have made a comment here that this is grammatically incorrect, right? Now, what you did was that you saw the comment, you made it grammatically correct, and then you resolved this. Then what will happen when it will come back to me as a client to review? It will be very difficult for me to see whether you have made the changes, required changes or not. So ideally, you should never resolve the comments directly. You should always write in the reply or in the comments that you have accepted or deleted. In that case, they will come to know that yes, you have done the work. So these are the things that you need to take care of while working with the clients. Okay, then when I create any content, where can I get the images or artwork? All right, so where you can get the images or artwork, the best part is there are certain sites like I always recommend canva.com that we have covered in the class also in one of the classes. So if you log in, so I will use Canva from my account. So suppose I am using Canva. So you will get a lot of artwork here for free, right? Once you log in, you will find, so for example, if any book cover or anything that you want to have. So for instance, any artwork. So suppose I have to publish a book, so I can have this book cover, right? And then you will find a lot of them which are for free, right? Including some images also. So they give certain images as well. So this is the template, and you can use further images from here. So it is opening. So see, backgrounds, videos, elements, uh, uploads. There are a lot of, you can also upload your own images, but there are a lot of images out there for free that you can use. If you are not getting images there, then there are certain stock free images. So you can use, for example, um, so pexel.com, right? Or simply search on Google on stock free images, and you will find a lot of pixels, for instance, free stock photos, then Pixabay, another free images, then free images, Unsplash. You'll get a lot of websites where there are thousands of or millions of images are there. You can use them and use Canva to modify or make changes in there. Uh, Vaishali, okay, in one of the, I think, in resume specific writing class we had discussed. I think in your batch it was left. We will be covering on Sunday, so we will get to know this Canva once again. Basically, when we teach on resume writing, we ask people to use this. Okay, anything else? Any other question? By the way, in Google Doc, if you want to publish any image, so you don't need to actually. So publishing image is also very useful, you know. So suppose I have to measure investment opportunities, right? Suppose I have to put an image here. So what I can do is simply, rather than going on Google, I can just do one thing. Click on Explore, and then I can search your docs and the web. So suppose I have to click on investment opportunities, right? Images, and if I find this images helpful, I can simply click there and insert here. Preview, after previewing, I can insert here. So inserting images on Google Doc, it's so simple that you will never have to go on the Google images and then search and then download and then upload on Word document, and then it will stop working. It doesn't happen that way. Uh, so for example, this is there. You have to, of course, you have to review that, and then you can also, if you use Google Drive, so you can use insert images from your docs also, right? So see. If you want to cite this as a footnote, you can simply write and then this cite this as a footnote. So this is quite useful when you're using Google Doc. This feature is also there. All right. Dr. V.K. Srivastava sir is saying in PowerPoint, only one slide is used where 4 or 5 slides material are put, and each is given time to automate it so that it will run automatically. Absolutely. So it's basically what you can do is that when you are presenting, present from presenter view. So for instance, this one. Okay, so I will make it view, grid view. Then in that is basically that is a feature of micro MS Word, right? Here also you will see captions, slides, settings, and then see auto advance. When played, you can give every 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It will automatically advance. So this is how you automatically advance in Google Doc. Yeah, this is in the presentation view. Yes, it is there as we can see. It is there in Google Doc as well. Yes. All right. Any other questions? Any questions? Okay, I think we are done now. So we will close the session now. I hope you found it useful. Though in the beginning there was some noise issue, and that is why we started quite late. Um, Hopefully next time I will be better at live streaming and we will have a good quality. This time there was, I believe, the engagement was also a bit on a lesser side because hopefully once you start doing things at the time when we are studying, that in that case more engagement will come. So yes, with better preparation, we will meet once again. We will announce the dates, and please, if you have any specific topic that you have in mind, any specific um, questions that you may have, please share it with us. Not just from current batches, from previous batches also. Do share that with us so that we will keep doing and these live sessions, right? All right. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. I'm ending the session here now. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Good night. Good night.